everywhere, Free Kenya. Thank you. My name is Bob Njagi, Chairman of the FreeKenya Movement, and with me here today, I'm with my fellow leaders from the movement. We have come here today to look at the issues affecting this country of Kenya, and we'd like to read out a statement of facts to the members of the public. I will allow our SG, Mr. Nicholas Oyo, to read the statement for us.
Asanteni sana wa Kenya. People power.
Higher power.
Higher power.
People's power.
People's power.
Higher power.
Free Kenya.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Free Kenya.
Haya. Na hii ndio, this is our statement on this day, the 14th of April 2024. Free Kenya Movement is a people-centric consortium made up of various stakeholders in society, including but not limited to civil society organizations, CBOs, religious organizations, pressure groups, human rights defenders, independent leaders, and ordinary Kenyans in all walks of life. On this day, the 14th of April 2024, the Free Kenya Movement Summit has met and made the following resolutions. Free Kenya is mobilizing Kenyans towards the formation of a people-driven government through the independent movement come 2027. This is the only pragmatic and progressive alternative to the current arrangement where political parties have captured the state. We therefore call on all members of public and independent leaders across the Republic to join us in instituting a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, which shall be achieved through the introduction of the FreeKenya Popular Initiative referendum. The new framework shall introduce a third tier of government alongside the existing national and county governments, known as the People's Government. The People's Government shall ensure the empowerment and representation of the populace in the shaping of the destiny of Kenyans. We therefore invite all independent leaders aspiring for elective positions in 2027, starting with the presidency, the governors, senators, women rep, members of National Assembly MPs, and members of County Assemblies MCAs to join us in this journey to Free Kenya. We condemn, number one, the National Dialogue Commission NADCO report in its failure to sufficiently address the following issues: failure to address high cost of living, failure to address gender equity to transgender roles, the lack of inclusion of people with disabilities, the lack of involvement of independents, failure to fully incorporate public participation. We also condemn the ongoing rampant corruption in government, in which has been clearly demonstrated by the fake fertilizer scandal, and call on the CS for Agriculture, Mithika Linturi, to immediately resign, failure to which we shall mobilize farmers countrywide for a mass demonstration. We strongly condemn the manner at which government has been handling the healthcare crisis, which has led to the collapse of public services. We support the ongoing industrial strike of doctors and other medical fraternity, as this is anchored in Article 37. We also expressly are concerned with the rising cost of insecurities across the country, right from Baringo all the way to Lamu, and call on CS Interior and Security, Professor Kithure Kindiki, to focus on ensuring the safety of all Kenyans before diverting our police service to Haiti. End of day.
People power,
higher power.
People power,
Higher power.
higher power,
People's power.
higher power,
People's power.
Free Kenya,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Free Kenya.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm Comrade Kadia Sokot, Ruko Jalwen. I wish to alarm the youths outside this nation that it is time for us to rise politically and in terms of leadership, because our country is rotten to the core. We cannot trust this government any longer. Therefore, we have to rearm ourselves and get ready to face this government of the day that has failed to serve the Kenyan in solidarity with whatever manifesto they presented before us before their elections. Therefore, the crop of new leaders must re-emerge. I therefore join the all mindset people and the faithful people in all the cadavers to rearm themselves that Free Kenya is a government by the people of the day, especially the ordinary citizen. Therefore, as the power expressed in Senegal, where we witnessed a youth coming into power, we are fully behind Malema also in South Africa as a Pan-Africanism. That in Kenya we also need to reawaken the will of the people, because we are the majority in terms of voter registration. The 70% of the registered voters are youths. Therefore, I urge that FreeKenya Movement will participate fully in the coming 2027 elections. I therefore urge women, youths, and also to the age to step aside and give youths a conducive environment to exercise their freedom of voting. In this nation, democracy has never been achieved because youths have never been given the exercise and the time to exercise their freedom of electing leaders that they want. I therefore join you people that FreeKenya Movement will be radical and we will deal with the government decisively. If they come with the state power, we will come with the mass power. We are ready, and we are ready as youth of this nation. Thank you.
People power!
Higher power!
People power!
Higher power!
Ladies and gentlemen, as the head of people with disability welfare, social welfare program, FreeKenya Movement, I stand before you today with a message of hope, empowerment, and inclusion. In our beloved Kenya, we are faced with the numerous challenges from gender-based violence and the exclusion of persons with disability from the political sphere. This injustice cannot be tolerated any longer. So I urge all the persons with disability to join FreeKenya Movement so that we can have safe space for our persons with disability who are in leadership and those who are out of the leadership to vie and form the next coming government 2027.
People power!
Higher power!
People power!
Higher power!
People power!
Higher power!
People power!
Higher power!
Free Kenya!
Everywhere!
Everywhere!
Free Kenya!
My name is Florence Kanya, and I'm here to back the statement that has been led by our SD to say that we are really disappointed on how things are going on in this country, especially the rampant corruption and the issues of the health care. I cannot imagine a president who is busy looking for money to spend billions and billions of money to renovate the state house, yet people are dying in our hospitals because the doctors and the nurses are in strike. I want to say this: if this country leadership, which is led by Kenya Kwanza, cannot change, I would say categorically they are courting a revolution, and we Free Kenya, we are ready to spearhead this revolution because people need to get what they must get from the leadership. People are not elected to sit there and feed themselves and leave Kenyans to die. I'm also supporting the issue of corruption that has been mentioned in the statement, that our farmers are being given fertilizer that is fake, and the CS is comfortably there doing press statement without taking responsibility, and they say that now because I am cornered, I must resign. We are demanding that Mithika Linturi resign. Because of this fake fertilizer. And we are mobilizing Kenyans, farmers all over countrywide to demonstrate and demand for the resignation of the agriculture CS Mithika Linturi. We are giving him 7 days, and then he will do this demonstration. Thank you.
People power.
Higher power.
People power.
Higher power.
Higher power.
People power.
Higher power.
People power. Ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of Pan-Africanism, it is imperative that we are not only celebrating our shared heritage, but to also concentrate and take action and that are going to appease our African brothers. Across the continent, one such action is to support Free Kenya. Free Kenya!
Everywhere.
In light of the blowing winds of change across Africa, the Free Kenya Movement embodies the principle of Pan-Africanism by advocating for justice, democracy, and human rights. As in Kenya, none of these are in existence. By standing in solidarity with the used and abused Kenyan people and being the voice of the heavily weighed down masses, we demonstrate our commitment to the collective of all struggling African people. Just as Pan-Africanism rejects division and inequality, the Free Kenya Movement challenges the injustices and inequality that persist within the Kenyan political and social fabric. By joining this movement, we affirm our belief in the inherent dignity and worth of every individual, regardless of the nationality or ethnicity. Furthermore, supporting Free Kenya Movement is not just a matter of solidarity. It is a strategic imperative that Kenya plays a pivotal role within the East African region and the extended African continent, and its stability and prosperity are crucial for the advancement of the entire continent. Therefore, as we champion the ideals of Pan-Africanism, let us also lend our support to Free Kenya Movement, which strives to create a more just, equitable, and united Africa for all people who live in it. Together, we can build a continent where freedom, democracy, and prosperity reigns, and supremacy. Asanteni sana. Free Kenya.
Everywhere.
Free Kenya.
Everywhere.
People power.
Higher power.
Higher power.
People power.
Asanteni.